My grandmother, an Alaska Women Hall of Fame alum, Lucy Hon Cuddy, told me the secret of giving a great speech. Stand up tall so people can see you. Speak loudly so people can hear you. And sit down quickly so people will like you. In honor of my grandmother, my mother, and each and every Alaska woman honored here and now in years past, today I will stand up tall, I will speak loudly, and I will sit down quickly. Since everything about me has already been said, I wanted to use my time to talk about Alaskan women. One of my favorite Alaska women was, of course, my grandmother. My grandmother was raised in Arkansas at the turn of the century. There were very few roles for women in that time and era. A teacher, a social worker, a secretary, a nurse, or a housewife. My grandmother chose to be a teacher, and for 5 years she shared her knowledge with high school students in Arkansas. One day, opportunity knocked at her door, or rather, was cabled to her. There was a position open as principal and teacher in Valdez, Alaska. There were a million reasons to say no. She was young, single, and would be traveling alone. Taking the risk to move to Alaska, she'd have to leave her family and the place where her family had lived for generations. Alaska was a new frontier, and she didn't know anyone. But my grandmother didn't say no. In fact, she cabled them right back, yes, and then she told her father. On that day, my grandmother chose a life of adventure. Backed by her cleverness, curiosity, and lust for life, she lived every day to the fullest as a teacher, banker, civic leader, and true Alaskan. All her life, she felt so lucky to have had the opportunity to be in Alaska. My grandmother taught me many life lessons. But what I appreciate most is that she taught me what it means to be an Alaska woman. Alaska women are built tough. With the inlet at our front door and the mountains in our backyard, we have to be as strong as the state we live in. Where some see adversity, Alaska women see opportunity. Every day we roll up our sleeves and pull ourselves up, sometimes by our extra toughs, to work alongside our brothers, husbands, fathers, and each other to do more and to accomplish more. Alaska women look to the future, but never forget the past, honoring the indigenous women who have called our great state home for centuries, and the women who traveled from different states, cities, and countries to make their place in the last frontier. I'm sure I can speak for everyone in this room when I say we wouldn't be where we are today without the grace and guidance of Alaska women who paved the way before us. Time and time again, Alaska women have lifted up the next generation after them, molding them into tomorrow's trailblazers, go-getters, and leaders. And while I reflect on the past built by the remarkable women of Alaska's history, I look forward to the future shaped by the next class of Alaska Women's Hall of Famers, and the class after that, and the class after that. I can hardly wait to see what comes next. Congratulations to the Alaska Women's Hall of Fame, class of 2019. It's truly such an honor to be in this room, surrounded by such an accomplished group of women. Thank you very much.